So, as I said in yesterday's video, today we're going to talk a little bit about the new Voidstorm Railjack missions. And I guess the preparation for these missions when getting ready to run one right now feels a little bit like this, right? You've sat down at your computer, you're about to run some Voidstorm Railjack missions, you've got your really dark sunglasses on, or else you've broken out your best squint, you've smeared yourself in some factor 50 sunscreen because you kind of need it, and you've got your anti-vertigo medicine on hand because you stupidly forgot to turn off screen shake in game. I mean, it's right there in the options. Turn it off, save yourself some bloody headache. You're good to go, time to farm. That's the state of Voidstorm missions right now. Consoles are in pain, graphics cards are on the verge of reporting you because you're torturing them, because there is just too much bloody going on at any given time. Hear me out, right? As someone who isn't a fan of Railjack in general, I prefer the normal missions. I've mentioned this in the past. I kind of enjoy the mayhem that Voidstorms bring. It brings out a bit of panic in me, and I don't know if because they've got a time element to them, or it's because there's just way too much going on the screen and my brain just can't wrap it all together. There's no denying that I'm enjoying them, but there is also no denying that they definitely need work, from the reward side of things and from the visual side of things. Railjack right now, without a doubt, is the closest that it has been to what we originally seen 2 years ago at TownCon when it was revealed, and it's much more enjoyable, especially with them breaking it up into ground missions and a bit of space combat as well. However, I know some of you don't enjoy the fact that they've done that. And I am hoping that when they choose to add Corpus Queen pins into the mix in a month or 2 months or 3 months, however far down the line, 2 years, I'm hoping that the Railjack missions will keep improving, because they are pushing Railjack quite heavily. And if they can change the loot table around and give the Railjack Voidstorm missions more replay value, then it would make them more appealing to the player base as well. But as they stand right now, which is using them to farm the Sevagot specific parts, his sidearm, the wrist mounted pistol, and of course cracking relics, they aren't very good. It's much better running normal Void relic missions if you're looking to crack relics. Right now, Sevagot and his sidearm are the main pieces you're going after, and according to Reddit, they also take up a very big chunk of the actual Voidstorm loot table, with each piece having about a 10% drop chance, which means plenty of duplicates or plenty of farming runs until you finally get a full set, and then you're going to need a second set of Sevagot as well if you want to subsume him to get his Gloom ability. Also means that those parts could be the new Oberon parts in your inventory, where you've got a couple of hundred of them to sell for credits if you choose to farm Voidstorms continuously. But the big question Digital Extremes are going to have to be asking themselves, if they're not already, is once the player base gets Sevagot and his pistol, what reason have they to go back to Voidstorm missions? What kind of replay value have they given their player base in order to make these missions more appealing than the normal Void farming missions? I guess right now grinding Void traces could be what players will use it for, because you can get about 100 in one Railjack mission, or maybe getting normal Radiant relics as rewards could also be something that's a little bit appealing to some of you, while also using those Voidstorm missions to crack open existing relics. I guess if you're going to run the missions, you may as well crack open an existing relic as well. However, like I said, it's going to be much more efficient to run the normal Void relic missions to crack those open. I honestly don't see myself using Railjack missions for that. And if you take a closer look, then maybe the Void Trace rewards you get at the end of the Voidstorm missions might not be as much as you would earn per, I guess, time spent if you're running a normal Void mission as well, because the normal Void missions can be ran a lot quicker. So how do you go about making Voidstorm missions more appealing? I'm not a developer, so I'm not going to tell them this is what you should do or that's what you should do. Not my business. However, something needs to be done to make them more appealing once they've fixed the graphical and visual glitches. So as it stands right now, I'm not going to run any of these missions until they fix it, and I would guess probably advise some of you to do the same, considering there is quite, I guess, a danger to epilepsy and other illnesses like that, because there is just so much going on the screen at any given time. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, thanks for watching.